Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening from the members of the BNC Club. Good evening for the friends of Palais de Tokyo in Paris. Thank you to Katia Raimondo, again, director of the Tokyo Art Club, for organizing this with us. And thank you again, Marc Potier, and I want to welcome you and welcome Bruna Pessoa de Queiroz. Marc Potier, you're French, you're living between Paris and Rio de Janeiro. You are an international curator of contemporary art and you are specialized in public spaces. You were the guest curator of the third Bahia Biennial, and now you're preparing the next version of the Curitiba Biennale in 2022. Today, we've been to many places in Brazil with you, Marc, and most recently, we went to the Fama Museum with Marcos Amanos, and we went also to visit Imhotep, and with Bernardo Paz. Imhotep, sorry. And that which was absolutely amazing to be able to travel in time and discover all these huge garden parks of sculptures. Today we have the pleasure of having Bruna Pessoa de Queiroz, who is going to present us the Usina de Arte. She's the president of this Usina de Arte. It's a former sugarcane factory near Recife, which is in the northeast of Brazil, and that has been transformed into an artistic park. It has also a very important garden park. It includes an international residency that hosts visual artists, but also writers. They dialogue with the environment, with the local flora and the fauna. The park is not only a sculpture garden, but it also hosts a music festival and a very important educational program for local schools. So you will hear all about this. And now I'm going to we're going to show you a short film of the place because it's so huge that it needed to be filmed before, and then we'll come back and Marc will introduce again you, Bruna, so you can start with your PowerPoint presentation. So Rim, let's go with the film. Thank you for this film. So you can see it was very important that we understand the scale of the project. And apparently you say, Bruna, if I'm correct, that you need 2 days to see it properly. Bruna, maybe you can unmute yourself, and Marc, I will let you start your presentation.
Thank you, Anne-Pierre, and congratulations. I think your Portuguese is better and better, step by step. And so maybe, Bruna, you can already put your PowerPoint. As Anne-Pierre said, we have been doing it with Marcos Amaro last time at FAMA, but the connection was not so good. And now we are in a huge space near Recife, and we have been choosing to present to you this video for you to imagine the space. And now we are going to go back step by step to this project. I think Anne-Pierre has been extremely well introducing Bruna, and I think we can go on directly and to give the words to Bruna, because you know she's the most important person. Bruna, would you please start to explain to us, and maybe it will be an occasion to give like some tips. Where are we in Brazil? What's going on in this part of Brazil? Because as we have been seeing in my very first presentation last year, we are in a huge country. And so you have really different areas of culture. And I think it's important to realize that in Recife, you have a lot of things going on. And if people go to the article I've been writing for the BNC Club, you will see that you have many references that I've been giving. So would you please tell us a little bit about the neighborhood, what's going on in terms of arts in Recife on your project, and maybe already for the people who would love to come to visit your project, how do we do to visit it?
Okay, I was bringing how to come to the end, but I can tell you now. From Europe, the easy way to come is flying from Lisbon to here. It's a direct flight, 7 hours. It's the best one, you know.
Recife, huh?
Recife, Lisbon, Recife. And you can spend a few days here. We have many things happening. And I think Recife is like a hub to culture. We have amazing cinema, amazing music, and also artists. So keep your eye on it.
And you have the MAMAM, the Museum of Modern Art, with which you have connections with your project.
Yeah, we are partners. The MAMAM can bring us a list of artists, and we discuss with our board. We invite some to make a project, make a residence there, and then the artists can give like a part of the money to the museum to help the museum to exist. So it's nice to us, nice to the artists, and nice to the museum. It's a really nice partnership. So we are in Brazil, in Northeast. It's like a huge country. Can you see? We are in Pernambuco, this like small state here with a star. And it's important to say this, Pernambuco was really, really strong in sugarcane plantation. At the past, we had more than 100 sugar mill plants. Now we have less than 20. I think 15 is at maximum. So it was like a huge economical change through the years.
And your family was very involved with this business of sugarcane.
We developed our project in Santa Terezinha. It was one of the most important sugar mill plants in Brazil, was like one of the tops in the 50s. And the man who started was José Pessoa de Queiroz, was my husband's great-grandfather. I don't know how can I say this, but he was a visionary. He built like amazing usina and amazing city to the workers. we have this village. It's not a city, it's a small village, but he did like a church, a hospital, a school, bakery, drugstore. It's all there, preserved.
And you were
And
mentioning about a railway station with a lot of trains, no? Don't you?
Yeah, we have this private railroad inside the usina. It was more than 100 kilometers. I don't know how can I convert to.
Now 100 kilometers, that's good.
Yeah, kilometers is okay. So, and he had airplanes and this hangar and everything. So it was like huge and amazing architecture with the houses and even the distillery is this building here behind the train was like Art Deco, perfect, beautiful. We really love this. But the usina stopped in 1998. So it was really a really big change economically, socially, and spent like, I don't know how they spent these years. And we reopened the house in 2012. And we feel like people waiting something. They was asking us, can you put the usina to work again, the mill to work again? It was like, can you imagine it? If we had 100 and then we have 15, it's not like the perfect work. So we start to think what we can do to change this reality. So here I put some pictures after the project, but you can see the changing we are doing at the landscape. And it's the same changing you can see in the people who lives there. You know, they have self-esteem, they have perspective, jobs, and look at
because today we are going to focus more on the art part. But actually, this is a very, as Anne-Pierre has been mentioning, this is a very sophisticated project because this is a botanical garden, but you have also a music festival. You have a part for education. This is a very complex project that you have been building.
Yeah, we have a music school, a library, a technological park, and many things. But we are going through the park because it's also is what we do to people see us, you know, to bring people here. It's the art part who work better to communicate. So Hugo França was the first artist to come. We met his work at Inhotim. Inhotim is really important in our history. We was there and we were crazy. And
I suppose you remember, for those who were seeing us with the FAMA presentation, we also have seen some benches from Hugo França, who is an artist who lives in São Paulo, but is using these trees, dead trees. He's not, he's not using live trees, but he's working on what has been destroyed.
Now he's living in Trancoso, Mark. He moved to Trancoso. Yeah. If the pandemic things, he's living in Trancoso. But he's one of the first works he did for us. And Hugo became a huge friend. I used to say he's our godfather because he introduced us to many artists and make like I don't know, he speaks about our projects everywhere and it's really good. So,
but you have, sorry to interrupt you, but you in your family, you have this tradition of culture, because you tell us a little bit about your family context, because, you know, culture didn't show up from day to another one. You have the tradition of collections. You have a cousin who has one of the main gallery in São Paulo. So, you know, art is part of your life.
Yeah, Nara Husler is my aunt, and my I don't know, my uncle grandfather. I don't know how can I say this. The brother of my grandfather was an ambassador, was a big collector. He collected Franz Post and all these amazing painters. So we have, and my husband is my cousin, so we are related. Our family and our history are related, so we have this like history with art. I think I can say that. Then we invite Zé Rufino. Is from Paraíba, nearby Pernambuco. And Rufino has also a history with sugar mill plants. So he came and was like catharsis. He was crazy. Many opportunities to develop a work and do so many things. And at the moment, he chose to work in the hangar. This picture is the hangar, but was at the moment a garage full of trucks and was crazy. But he said, I want to work here. And he started to work, also including people from the village. So Rufino invited people who used to work at the usina to bring their own hands in how can I say folhas de pagamento, Mark?
In
payroll.
the
Payroll.
yeah, payroll, is that exactly?
Yeah. So,
but I would love just to open a little window, Bruna. It's like because now we are you are showing what José Rufino has been doing into one of the building of your usina, but your project is not made like it exists in Yachin or like it exists at Fama. Your project is an outdoor project. You don't have pavilion, so this is an exception.
Yeah, that's an exception because the building was already there, and Rufino was like, choose this place, but after that, we realized that we don't want to build pavilions. So when we invite an artist to come, we always say, you need to think something that can be outdoor. You will see after that, we don't have many works indoor. So Rufino was, he made this pavilion. The hangar was Rufino's pavilion. But
and Rufino was, you invited him, he has been creating these works, but also you invited him to be the curator with you of the project.
Yeah, at the beginning, we were like we didn't know anything, and Rufino and Bárbara Maranhão were our partners, like to think what we can do, how we can do it. And we invite the teachers from region to understand what do you need and how can you help. You know, was like starting step by step to think the project. We didn't realize it before, was something that was happening, like, you know.
But I think this is one of the power of your project, as we were speaking with Anne-Pierre before opening to our friends. I think this is a power to have today such a project like yours, where nothing is over-planned. You, from what I understand, and you will tell better than I, you are to get opportunities when it happens, and all this project is like it's really soft. So maybe you could say some words on the way you invite artists. Today we are going to, Anne-Pierre has been mentioning that you have also a literature artist residency, but we are going to speak only on the visual artist. From what I understand, like you don't have a rule, you don't have like a limited time. Everything is a dialogue with the artist. How do you invite the artist? How do you plan the project? How they present the project? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we don't plan much, so we have many different contacts with artists. We have this partnership with MAMA, the museum here in Recife. We have also a friend who introduces another artist. And the important is the artists have to understand what we are doing, have to embrace our project. We don't have lots and lots of money to like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. It's a dialogue. Sometimes we spend like years talking and like maturating the connection. So I think that the most strong way to get an artist is invite him to come. We have so many things to say and to show that it's like our way to seduce, I can say. And I think, yeah, it's working like this. Sometimes took time and sometimes it's really quick, you know. Yeah. The artists come and like already make a project and it's easy to do and let's do it. And we are open to work.
Yeah, I think we are going to see your presentation, keep going on into your presentation, and our friends are going to understand the way you work, and we are going to see many examples on how you have been meeting with some people, the way some artists, they didn't yet finish their project. Can we go to the next?
This is Brazil 2017. It's a work from Paulo Bruschi. He's an amazing artist here from Pernambuco, from Recife. He lives in Recife. And Bruschi is a political artist. I think I can say that. And he did this golden garbage container surrounded by cactus, I don't know.
With the plants, the cactus?
Yeah, they are going to grow because we are in a garden, so it's always changing. But we were in a difficult time, the difficult political moment in 2017. So Bruce did this work, and I used to say he didn't know what was to coming, what was coming, because we are in the worst moment right now. This is the artist. I really like him.
And maybe you remember him at the Venice Biennale, like I don't remember which version, where during the opening days of the Biennale, he was with a lot of people bringing crates.
2017, we were there, yeah, supporting him.
Excellent.
He's an artist from Tianara's gallery, Nara Gallery, Nara Hustler Gallery. And
so this is a very interesting piece because this is a radio, no?
Yeah. Paulo Meira, during the period at the Usina, he saw this piece. This is a vacuum pen. It's where the sugar are cooked. I don't know explain many details of the process, but I know that the sugar are cooked in the pens like this. And he were like, it's amazing, it's plastic, and let's do it. He rebuilt, it's a replica, in the top of the hill and put this antenna to see to be the sculpture part of a project, who also have a community radio. So we can do interviews, music, art projects. It's like a project who never ends. The radio works every day, 24 hours a day. So it's really interesting because we can use to communicate to the communities, to say, you know, during this pandemic moment, we say, what do you have to do? You know, use mask, keep at home. So it was amazing. It's from Paulo Meira.
So basically, we speak a lot, which is quite interesting because, you know, I think it's nice in a project where you come not to see the same artists you can see in every foundations all over the world. So for people coming to you, they will discover a lot of artists, Brazilian artists, a lot of artists from the Northeast. But today, as we are going to see, the collection, the collection will be opening more and more to international art. Is it?
That's the idea. We are getting more friends to speak for us and speak about us. So we are having more connections and more opportunity to invite people to come and to propose a piece of art. And because we bought art that works that already did, but it's important to how this piece of work come to here. You will see we always trying to introduce it to our area. It's not just an exposition, you know, we have to be in touch with our space. This work is from Marcelo Silveira. He's also from Recife, from Pernambuco. I'm not so sure if it's from Recife. He was at the village talking to everybody to understand, to see what they have to say. And people have like a huge curiosity about the main house. How many rooms they have, how many bedrooms. And it's true, there is a swimming pool. We don't have swimming pools. And he was like, I have an idea. What do you think about opening the main house to visitation? And I said, it's impossible. I live here. And, you know, it's not a museum. It's my house. So after that, he did this other project who was bring the heart from the main house through the garden. The main
so
house
it's a reproduction of this part of your house.
The atrium of the main house. We used to say the heart because the main house, it's developed around it. So it's really beautiful, really poetical, and you can see it's like exactly the same material, the same windows and doors, and even the same flowers. Of course, the flowers at the main house are bigger, but they are growing. It's a nice space, and we use this space to presentations. Once we put a piano inside and had a class, and the other time we had a couple singing, and was like amazing. Here you can see we have a class. The teacher were explaining something to the kids. The kids are sitting there. So the space became another, you can use in another way. This
Very
is
nice.
Tropical Hermitage from Márcio Almeida. It's a place to rest, to meditate, or to play. My kids like to play. And this was at the beginning, you know, the first beginning. Now it's like this, and the idea is to become all green. So as we are in an open space, the nature is part of the work, and it's always changing. And if you are going now, it's all green because it's raining a lot. If you're going in January, we have more flowers, but the grass is not so green.
A sort of chameleon works.
Yeah, it's changed. And we had this photographer. It's an amazing photographer, Luis Braga, from Belém. It's north from Brazil. And at this area, we have many hills. So to cut the sugar cane, we have to burn it before. So this performer, Lu British, he was dancing in front of the fire, and we have amazing pictures of this. It was our first festival in 2015. So can you imagine in the middle of nowhere, a naked woman dancing with this white body in front of the fire was like really marking. In 2016, Luis came again because that's also, we make a relationship with this artist. So they became friends, and it's common that they came back, and we spend like, it's a friendship relationship. So he did pictures from, how can I say, important people from the village, merchant people. This guy is Seu Aloysio, he's our gardener. He's amazing. So at this moment, Luis was showing him the picture for the first time. It was an emotion. I was crying and everybody was crying, not just me. It was really beautiful to see. So this is a work from Bené Fonteles. Bené, I don't know, it's from Bahia, I'm not sure. But we have here 7 baobabs planted in a circle. Which one have this old iron column with a stone at the top, and arm from Orixá. I can say arm from Orixá. Mark, it's a ferramenta de Orixá. It's
I think there is not a real translation with Orisha. You know, this is linked to the culture of Bahia.
Yeah, came from Africa, and it's in Bahia is really stronger. So I think, and between these baobabs, you can see we have this small garden with medicinal herbs. So it's like a way to communicate our roots, our origins. We are from Africa, we are from Europe, we are also from the Indians who was here before us. So it's a strong work. This is from Flávio Cerqueira. I think it's a well-known picture, because we love this picture and we love this work. Flávio is trying to make us to think about heroes. We always put heroes in like, we are looking to them as almost as gods, and they are not gods. So we have to question, we don't have heroes, we have people who work to make the history change or make a point of view. So he put this head down, and this is a work who was made before for an exposition. It was at Pinacoteca in São Paulo, and when we bring it to here, we were like choosing a place, and we were in touch with Flávio all the time. The artists always have the final word, and we suggest him to put this in a lake. And was amazing, because became like a different, you know, I don't know how can I explain, but it became huge. It's a huge head, but in a big lake. It's really amazing. And we have another artwork from Flávio.
Yeah, he's very involved with the Black culture.
Yeah. This one is really symbolic. It's not at the park, it's in our library, because it's a Black girl, and she has many books above her head. Here in the poor areas, it's normal girls like her carrying pots with water. So it's any work except weights. So it's books, it's our library, it's like a perfect message. We want to share this message. We believe in it. This is the imaginary house. It's from my husband. After we begin our project, he were like flirting with the artists. So he did 3 pieces. This is one of them. These stones were supposed to be for a church in 18, I don't know the year exactly. They didn't came on time, so the church were built with Brazilian stones, and it were like threw it away. A big friend took these stones and bring it to us. And my husband did this space, this bucolical space is surrounded by olive trees. So it's another space that we use to concert, to spend afternoons, and we did also a performance there. It's a space, multiple space, I think. This is Tun-Chan from José Espanhol. It's a word, a difficult word in Portuguese, but it's almost the same. It's onomatopoeia to the sound of the waves. So it's like salt water bubbling. It's also was from an exposition at the gallery. It was the floor. But here at the Usina, we changed and we transform it. Of course, the artist transform it in a fountain. So the water, the small piece of water, it's like a mirror. You can see the skies, the trees, and so the artwork, it's changing. Even those ones were made for other places.
And Bruna, actually, we didn't say to our friends how big is the property. Today you have like something like 30 works, and how big is the property, and how do you decide to install the works with the artist?
We have 33 hectares. How can I say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we have more than 30 works. We are going to see just a few because it's so many things to say and to show. But the point is, the artist is really important to show the place, to see the place and to choose the place. We walk through the garden with them, and we are like, we have opinions. So what do you think about this place or that place? And it was like a strong discussion with Juliana Notari. You will see the diva was the famous.
Yeah, it's one of the last pieces you have been installing. Eh?
Yeah, but was like we were with Juliana walking through the garden. And what about here? And it's 33 meters piece. So we mark it with plastic. And no, it's not here.
Is it the next one image?
Yeah, it would be great to see the image.
No. It's I think it's the last one. No, not the last one, but
no. Yeah.
Here we have Liliane Dardot. It's Cabanos in Água Preta's forests. Liliane came and realized that we have this like revolution of Cabanos. Was a revolution in 18th century, 1882, I think. And they had together blacks, whites, and Indians. And the knowledge of the Indians about the forests give them the technology to hide. So the police had really problems to fight against this revolution. So Liliane did these draws with native forests and native faces who were the mix with blacks, whites, and Indians. The Brazilians are these, our melting pot. It's Brazilian, Indians, and Indians, whites, and black people. So you can see we have 3 glasses, and you can walk through these 3 glasses, so you can be part of this camouflage. Here is Unclassified from Frida Baranek. She did this work for the MoMA, was an exposition about Latin American artists.
She lives in Miami, no? Don't she?
She lives in Miami, but she's in Brazil now. Yeah. I saw yesterday. I think we printed the tickets to Frida to come to see the artwork installed, but the pandemic came and she said, no, I'm not going to travel now. But I think she's in Rio right now. So we're going to be in touch to invite her to come and see. So it's part of airplanes old airplanes from American military army involved in this sensual movement of, I don't know, fuse. How can I say, Mark? It's like, and we have these Fotini. Fotini means Lucia or lux from Latin. It's light. And San Classemi is also a Brazilian, but he says that this light will invade us, touch our soul, and is always trying to break this glass cave, yeah, that we are. It's our beliefs, our thoughts more strong, and sometimes we change. You know, it's the light of the knowledge and the possibility to change what you believe. It's like tension. This is one of the last works that we installed at the park. Here is Diva from Juliana Notari. Was a polemic work. It's funny because for us was like normal. It wasn't like a big deal when Juliana showed us project. And
how did it come? How did you meet with Juliana, and how did she come with this amazing installation?
Our first contact with Juliana was through MAMAN, the Museum of Modern Art. I told the MAMAN that at this time we had 4 male artists, and I said, now I want female artists. So Juliana was the first one, and was amazing because the work was like, wow, a big goal. I would like to have this.
So, Bruna, sorry to interrupt. This piece is 33 meters long, right?
Right, 36 and 6,
yeah.
33, 16, and 7, I think.
7 deep, so it's
yeah, yeah, in a hill. You will see in a hill. It's amazing. But if you know the Juliana's work, you will understand that it's not like new for her. She used to do it in small sizes, in walls. She did it in a tree at the Amazon, like a ceremony. It was really interesting. So it's a subject that Juliana think a lot since the beginning. You know, it's not.
It's your Naissance du Monde.
Yeah, or Georgia O'Keeffe also. You know. Yeah. It looks when you hear about it, and when you see the picture, it's quite different actually.
I think it will be interesting for if you can show the one exactly.
Yeah, here it's at the hill. So to choose this hill, we were like working hard and marking, and no, it's not there. Change it, and was really nice because this place is perfect. You can see. Wherever you are, you can see the Diva, and it's really nice. This because it's symbolical. We have to fight to be seen. So it's.
But you will telling me that you told me that actually the local people, because they have been meeting with the artist, you have been explaining the works with the local people, that everything was, let's say, okay, people understood, and actually you got like more tough reactions from outside.
For sure. Juliana, she almost lived there. She spent like more than a year thinking, like discussing with the engineer. Can you imagine it? It's concrete with iron. So have a huge project behind the work. Juliana was there all the time, answering all the questions, speaking at the radio to explain why she was proposing that, why is this a subject that she works a lot, and was like easygoing, because it was many months like constructing, putting this at the hill. After that, put the concrete and then painting. So it was like baby steps. We don't have like strong reaction. And at the end of the 2020, Juliana made a post on Facebook saying, wow, I'm really happy. This tough year is finishing, but I finished the Diva. So I'm happy. Will be a nice year. And in an hour was like crazy. I call her to offer support, even law support, because she was like really attacked. It was crazy, and took a time to the curators, the artists, to get to start to be on her side. So the community was like, what is going to happen? After a few days, they were like, we love this work. You didn't understand. They were fighting at the internet. And I said, don't fight. But we don't need it. But we have a strong Catholic community and a strong evangelic community. And even after Diva, we have many evangelic singers making clips at the park. So the world wasn't prepared, but our community was like crazy. Okay. This is the last piece that we really put it at the park. It's Earth Banquet, the Denise Milan. It's gorgeous. You know, I'm going to show closer pictures, because we can spend like hours looking through the details. And this work were made for the exposition in Fundación Eberengo in 2019, and was like a surprise for us. But the artwork from Carlos Garaycoa, the Cuban artist, was also made from the same exposition. So we have two pieces, but by chance or by destiny, whatever you believe. But it's nice, this connection, this conversation. And look,
she's an artist with a studio in São Paulo, and she's, as you can see, working a lot with the energy of stones. And this is a table, no? Where you have
it's a table. It's an offering table. And now at our moment, share a table with your loved ones. It became like a gift. You have to be away. You have to be far away from your loved ones. So I think we have to think about what we share and what these stones have to say to us, the memory, the history. It's really, really touching work. This is Fragile Garden from Carlos
So
Garaycoa.
I'm sorry, Bruna, but I really would love you to go back, please, to Carlos. But I really would love you to tell us about the story, because, you know, I was mentioning that your project is really open and that you can catch opportunities. And the beginning of this piece is we are at the Venice Biennale. You go into a boat, and then you met with a friend of many people.
Yeah, we were leaving a party, and there were no boat to go away. We are in the middle of Venice, I don't know, the middle of nowhere. And we were like, I want to go back home. And we were with my niece and my nephew. And he saw a friend. Hi, can we go with you? Okay, we can go. And we are 5 at the boat. And in the middle of a canal, he said, we don't have gas, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we don't have gas in the middle of Venice. And I was like, it's a joke. No. And another small boat passed through, and he was, hey, do you have gas? And he threw a ball of gas, like, and I was like, I think I'm dreaming. And this guy, this crazy guy, was Lorenzo from the Continua Gallery. So was our first contact with Lorenzo. After that, we saw the gallery in Paris, not in Paris, nearby. We saw the gallery in China, the Continua Gallery. We saw the Continua in Cuba. So we are in touch. And Carlos Garaycoa was the first artist that we bring here with the Continua. Carlos spent a few days at the Usina, and there he already was drawing. I have 2 projects, let's discuss, then let's think, and okay. And he left to Venice to make this exposition. From Venice, he called us and said, stop everything. Your project is this one I'm doing here. It's the Fragile Garden. I'm going to make a piece with crystals, and it's a table. One side you can see the flowers, and the other side is the molecular, how can I say that, the atom from the gas. And we are going to make a greenhouse for your orchids. We are going to put this piece and your orchids there. So that's the idea. This piece
the
is
piece
already...
is not yet installed, huh? Yeah.
No, it's already at the Usina. We put it in a house. It's mounted in a room, but we are like finishing working in this greenhouse.
Wow.
So the idea is construct this greenhouse. It's also a project from Garaycoa. He works with a Cuban architect, and she did this amazing building. So we are not fan from pavilions, but we also need a greenhouse to put our orchids. We have more than 3,000 orchids already. They are in a greenhouse, but it's a private greenhouse. It's for work. So we need one to show them to people. So that's the idea. Put the table. You can see here at the first picture, the table is there. You can see some details. It's amazing. Really, really beautiful. Some of our orchids.
Other works of art.
Nature. And this one was...
Yeah, that's a very good example, because, you know, this is a project which is not realized. And, you know, this is the way I like very much your project. It's like you have been working quite a lot with Lais, but you don't have... It's not yet done, and I like, you know, to have the time. You have this luxury to take times, whatever the time means.
Yeah, I would like to have this work already there, but it's, you know, at the beginning we don't have the experience. So Lais showed us this project, and we said, "Wow, it's amazing. Let's do it." And we did many, like the engineer was testing the land and making calculations and everything. And when at the first moment that he showed us the bill, how much it will cost to make it, and I said, we can do it. that's impossible for now. We have the project, it's our, we can make it one day. I hope we do it, because it's really beautiful, strong, interesting, and
tell us a little bit about what is it exactly, the intention of the artist?
She would like to cut this small piece from the land and pull it out, you know. You can walk through. We were already discussed, but it's danger. What we're going to do, she don't want to put like small
Barriers.
things.
Mhm.
We were evolution. We were like working in this idea. We have many solutions, not all of them, but look at this. The idea is like cut. It's 25 meters inside the hill and 25 meters outside the hill. So it's 50 meters. So it's lots and lots of concrete. And at the moment, it's impossible to do it. But it's one day maybe.
But Bruna, if I may ask, what, and since we're talking about the economical part of your project, is it a totally philanthropy project, or because you've inherited this place from your family, we understand, and does art allows you to produce the education, or is it the education that the music festival that allows you to produce the art? How does it function?
It's hard to explain. We have a support from friends who believes in what we are doing, but all of what we do here is free. The workshops, the concerts, the festival, the classes from the School of Music, the visitation through the park, it's all for free. So we are studying ways to make it not rentable. We don't want to have get money.
Balance. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
to find the balance and to be able to produce. No. Yeah.
So we were like just working crazily, because it was almost a disease. We were like involved and really deeply involved. So now we are thinking what we have to do to make it.
Yeah.
But I think, Bruna, if I may say, we don't have to forget, it's like Pharma that we have been seeing the last time. We speak about like recent projects, because you had the idea more or less in 2012, then you have been really starting the project in 2015. I think it's around these dates. So
yeah, the idea is from 2015, and the project 2016. 2012 was like just a countryside house.
Yeah, so it's quite recent, and I think that now that you have so much to show, that's a good. It's like in Pharma, Marcos Amaro today now has like companies supporting the project because he has something to show. The project is not finished, like you at Usina das Artes, it's not finished, and it's going to be a very good moment. And I think after the pandemic, where a lot of people are going to focus on this sort of outdoor project, educational project, location when you can mix with visual arts, music, education. I think this is exactly the good direction of what we need today.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
No, yes, I agree. We had many different webinars on the subject, either in Brazil or elsewhere in Morocco, or even in France at Château Le Marais with Victoire de Portales. And it's very interesting to see that there is sort of all these parks growing and developing all over the world, and trying to find sort of a new economy for arts. And also with eco-friendly and hemp culture, and you have your orchids. I mean, it's important to keep going, because it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere. So
I believe so, and I hope
you
so.
in this path.
Yeah. So, as I say, to come from Europe, the best way is fly from Lisbon to Recife. To Recife, we are 2 hours by car. It's a nice road. It's easy to go. So it's not so difficult. It's easy. And we are also nearby the coast, like 80 kilometers. So if you can spend, like we are now in touch with the hotels at the coast to say, we have this amazing thing. So you can like bring your guests to here to spend a day or 2 days at the countryside and see what we are doing. It's artwork, it's a community work. So I think we are developing this tourism at the area. We are in touch with the government and the others, other interesting spots nearby to make it stronger. So I put it here, our Instagram is the easy way. We have a Facebook, but it's not so, we don't check much. Our email is terrible, so please, you can use our Instagram to be in touch. I put also my WhatsApp number and my husband's. He speaks English much better than me, so it will be easier. But I'm here to help.
Nossa, eu queria tanto participar aqui, queria falar. Como é que eu falo?
Someone is not muted.
Okay, and speaking Portuguese. It's amazing. I can answer.
I think it's Beatriz Younes.
Beatriz Younes. Yeah.
I don't have the camera. Sorry, Bruna. Congratulations for your project. It's Beatriz from Brazil. Sorry, I don't have the camera. I have a problem. Congratulations, Mark. Amazing project. As I am near your project, probably in 1 week I will be there because it's amazing, Bruna. I have never been. Congratulations for your work.
Thank you.
Very, very beautiful. How many pieces do you have in your project?
Around 30. But
Around
because
30.
we are always like, changing and inviting.
Yes,
so
sure.
We have Bruno Faria in residency. He already did the
Yes.
project. We are making calculation and like the bureaucratic part to build.
Yes.
It's amazing project. 2 weeks ago, we had Tulio Pinto. And
I love Tulio Pinto, amazing artist. Yes.
So yeah, we are talking about 2 works. So we are always like working and thinking and trying to be
okay, up to date. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations.
so
Amazing.
you have my number and my husband's number.
Yes,
If you want to come, please.
Yes, really. Yes,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Do you live in this space? So you live there?
Yeah, I'm living there.
Yes.
With since the pandemic began. I live in Recife.
Yes.
I'm in Recife right now. It's our house, but
Yes.
we are there. I just came because I have a meeting after that, and
Okay.
going to be at Usina at the night.
Sorry to interrupt. Well, I think that, time is passing by, and it was absolutely fantastic to be able to travel in Brazil again. We have many questions in the chat box of people asking if they want to stay, if they can sleep over, and I suppose that you have facilities that can be organized because it seems to be so big, and we are very we would be very happy to meet you also. We will come to Brazil, that's for sure. After 1 year of Zooms with Mark, we have to come. But if you come either to London or to Paris, we would like to, see you and host you and make sure that, there's a proper exchange with, as well as the BNC Club in London or the Friends of Palais Tokyo. And that was a fantastic visit. We want to congratulate you, to encourage you, because you're very brave, you're very young, and it's a very ambitious and so heavy project. And thank you again to you, Marc Potier, presenting so many fantastic projects that are in such big scale.
Thank you to you, Anne-Claire, because it's so nice from you to have been creating this Brazilian window, and with this monthly meeting where we can visit locations, artist studios, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to show that there are good news coming from Brazil.
Exactly, and thanks to the Friends of Tokyo Art Club, and we're really, really very happy. It makes us smile to see project and landscape like that. So thank you so much. See you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all
Thank
to
you.
try to understand my English. And Mark, I'm waiting
it's
you.
so
here.
charming. You have no idea, Mona. It's so charming.
But
Stay
please
like
come.
Stay like
We
that.
are waiting you all.
Thank you again. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.